Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy, and we're out on our client's job over here in Town Lake in Woodstock. And so some of these repairs are inspection repairs that the buyer and seller agreed that would be done. So our guys today are doing some of the siding work here on the chimney. And what stinks when we're doing this is we're not redoing everything, so we actually have to match up the original lines. So even though you can see the spacing is off right here, we're just matching them up. So as long as the bottom edges match all the way around, visually it'll look good. But whoever installed the siding originally didn't do it right. So now on this side, the front piece right here, all of this siding is pretty well shot out. It all needs to be replaced. And so we're not doing it on this pull, but we could come back here tomorrow and slide some of this in for the customer. See right in here. You can see what the previous contractor did. If you look at these fresher pieces right pieced in here, this is Nietzsche siding. We don't use that product. It's the cheapest siding on the market in terms of aggregate siding. We only use James Hardie HardiePlank siding. When you look at the bottom edges, see the thickness, and it literally, I could put my finger in here and most of this stuff would fall apart. But some Yahoo came out here and did this for the seller and just pieced in little pieces of siding and then sprayed some paint over it. This house was painted a year ago. Unbelievable. So all the siding in this area needs to go. And then they've got some siding on the right sides in the back and behind the left of the chimney. So just walk through it. You know, part of the challenge out here in Atlanta or anywhere really is finding quality contractors. And so when they get ready to paint this house, somebody did a nice job on this brickwork, but if you look up above here, see the black? See all this in here? None of it ever got caulked. None of it. It's just a whole bunch of little stuff that needs to be done. See this end cap right here? See that shadow up against it? Never caulked and sealed. And this was an expensive job. This wasn't cheap. And so you see the type of siding we're looking at. This is LP siding, so it's basically wood chips and glue. And you see what happens when you don't paint the bottom edge? If you're just spray painting, they get very little. This house has been spray painted at least 4 times. And so you look at this siding, see the bottom edge right here? Look at it. I can literally pry it apart. Look how little paint is on the bottom edge. And it's protected. So you know when you get the Tiki Taco painter out there, he tells you all the time, oh yes, spray is better. What he means to say is spray is better for him because he gets the job done in 1 day instead of a week to 10 days, and it's fast. The guys will spray paint a house like this for $3,500, $4,500, and they're out in 2 days. They make a ton of money with this stuff. It looks good to you as a homeowner, but the test of a paint job is 10 years. And this is awful. So on some of the siding over here, she's got a bunch of these lower rows down through here. You can see the separation, and they never got paint. So I can't fix a lot of that. So she's got about 7 or 8 rows through here that need to be replaced. And then the rest of this going up, we can seal the bottom edge, and we hand paint. Even when we're selling houses for customers, we will hand paint the bottom edge of the siding to seal it for the inspectors, and then go ahead and spray paint it. It's the only time you'll see us spray paint a house if it's being listed for sale, because you don't need the quality of a hand paint job, but you do on the bottom edges because it'll seal it. And most guys, spray companies won't, it takes a lot of labor to go ahead and do that. But it's still quicker for us to do it. You can see a house we did in Sugar Hill last year. The house sold in 12 hours for $30,000 more than list price because of the quality of the work that was done on the house. Back here in this corner, it's gonna be hard to see it, but he's got 5 bottom rows right here are shot up against this shed. This area back in here will just need to be painted in the spring or next year sometime. But you got 5 rows right there that need to be replaced. All the siding up here on the back of the house, everything from here all the way up to the top up here needs to be replaced all the way across. And you can see it as you get up on it and spend more time with it. So when you're looking at the bottom edges, you see the thickness, you see how it's flipping right out? I can literally pull it apart with my fingers. The other piece that we end up doing for them is on the deck. This flashing is 25 years old in here behind the deck. It's shot out. So what we'd end up doing is adding a pressure treated plate. And you can see that on one of our videos. Whenever you're looking at our videos, if you have questions or you have a project specific question, please just direct that to us. A lot of these videos are shot to just kind of educate our customers. Most of these are really for our workers. When we sell these jobs, the workers watch the video and then they understand what we're doing in that particular job. And then they're left out there for maybe someone like yourself. You're sitting in Iowa and you want to learn something about siding. Well, you can, but don't send me these snide remarks or comments that, well, it really wasn't helpful to me. I'm happy to help anybody. You're gonna have to wait a minute, but you can text, you can email, whatever it is, and one of us will answer your question. I'm a 4th generation contractor, so we're not out here just doing these videos to educate you on how to come do this siding yourself. Most of you, if you're not contractors, have no business doing this work in the first place. You just don't. And there's little stuff on a paint job. So here this house has been painted 4 or 5 times. They've never caulked the nail heads. And if they had, this LP siding would still be good. They painted it with a satin paint to try and hide some of it, but look right here. See this edge right here? Look at that. Try to get up underneath it. See it? Once you see 5 to 7 lines on the bottom edge of that siding, it's shot out. There's nothing I can do to fix it. It's too late. And so as you go down the edges of the siding, see the thickness? See how thick it gets through here? And then it's real obvious over here. And this same contractor came in here, no kick out flashing on the gutter, and then he just pieced in a couple pieces of Nichi board. There's nothing wrong with using Nichi, except in areas like here, where it's going to be prone to a lot of water exposure. It'll literally, we could come back here probably 2 more years, and these pieces of siding right here will be crumbled through, because that's what it does. It doesn't hold up well to water. If you have Nichi siding out here in the main field of your house, you're fine. And contractors use it because it's cheaper. We don't ever want to use it because it's just not our ticket. You know, when we do any of these carpentry repairs, siding repairs, lifetime warranty, our trim repairs and general carpentry repairs is non-transferable. It's a 3-year transferable warranty on those repairs. If we're doing HardiePlank siding, it's a fully transferable lifetime warranty on repairs. My brother and I have been here for 25 years. We're not going anywhere. You're not gonna be able to see it in this part of the video, but this lower section of siding right through here, these 3 rows need to be changed. The bottom row is underneath the deck. That's all good down there, so I don't have to change that out. But everything from the deck up needs to be changed, unfortunately. We love this stuff. You know, and there's a lot of tricks to it. We were talking to a homeowner earlier today, and you're gonna get different contractors pricing your materials. You need to ask not only how much is it to side my house or repair this siding, but what materials you're gonna use and how are you gonna install it and how are you gonna paint it. HardiePlank should only be painted with an elastomeric paint. And most people don't do that. That means using something like Sherwin-Williams Duration, which is standard for us. But that cost of that paint is $55 a gallon, our true cost. It lists for $85. That's reality. These guys will go out, there's nothing wrong with Behr paint, it's a decent product now, but it doesn't belong on HardiePlank, in our opinion. You do whatever you want, and we've got the videos to show the longevity. When you come back down here, we're on the right rear corner of the house. You've got one bottom board right here, and you can kind of see what happens to LP. It doesn't look that bad, but see, this is where it's rotted all the way through, and I can literally pull that whole piece apart. So they'll replace this bottom piece. If you're trying to do this as a homeowner, one of the tricks, and it's a pain, very gently rock this piece, cut the nails from below, and slide this piece out. Don't try to pry this piece up, because you can see right here it's starting to crack anyway. But if we're able to come back and hand paint the siding, they'll save most of it. The pieces between these 2 windows right here is the same issue. They're gonna have to replace all that stuff in here. And you can see why, it just wasn't caulked well. Our guys have already replaced this stick of trim over here, and they've repaired this rotted nose, stuff that was already on the list. So everything from the right side up, and you can see with the contractor, you'll see the changeover right here in a second. And I'm sorry I'm so shaky with this thing, but right here, he pieced in with Nichi siding up through there. But the Nichi's gonna get crumbled out because in this corner right here, it just gets a lot of water. So we'd replace all that all the way up. See the condition of the siding? See the edges? Wherever you see that shadow, it's rotted through now. And then this lower 3 rows, all the siding here, I'll try to back up for you. And if you look at this part of the house right here, this is the right side of the sunroom. All that siding is shot out. And then you'll see the thickness over here. See those bottom 3 rows? So once they do all that, they'll be in good shape again. Said we've been here for 25 years, my brother and I. We've been doing this a long, long time. We're not perfect. The beautiful thing with us is we got good guys, we've got good warranties, and we do good quality work. Every once in a while, one of my guys has a bad day, makes a boo-boo. That's why we have a warranty. We tell customers like you guys, if you're just starting up with a contractor, use a credit card. Make sure those guys have been in business for at least 5 years. Make sure that they have some sort of a web presence, and make sure they have an office outside of their home. You do those 3 things religiously, you're gonna minimize the odds of having a problem. Doesn't mean you're not gonna have a problem. This contractor that did this work here has been in business a long time. This wasn't a new contractor. But he only does really great work on the inside, which I can't show you in this video. The outside, you can see all the stuff. See like stuff like this? Never caulked. They just left it. That's what costs you money. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.